Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of our podcast. I'm Alex.
And I'm Sophia. It's fantastic to have you tuning in with us today. Whether you're listening on your morning commute, taking a walk, doing household chores, or just sitting back with a warm cup of coffee, we're so glad you're spending your time with us.
Absolutely. Today, Sophia and I are diving deep into a topic that is close to home for so many people living in or visiting Taiwan: cross-cultural dating, relationships, and marriage.
Oh, this is such a rich topic. If you spend any time in Taiwan, especially in bustling cities like Taipei, Taichung, or Kaohsiung, you'll notice a lot of international couples. You see Western expats who originally came here to study Mandarin, teach English, or work in tech. And then, unexpectedly, they fall in love, get married, buy a home, and build an entire life here.
It happens all the time. But have you ever stopped to analyze what actually happens under the surface? Like, what are the initial impressions Westerners have when they first arrive in Taiwan and meet local men and women? And how do those first impressions evolve as they move from casual dating into serious marriage?
That's what makes it so fascinating, Alex. Culture acts like a lens through which we view everything. So let's break this down step by step. First, let's talk about the first impressions of Taiwanese women from a Western male perspective.
Right. When foreign guys first interact with Taiwanese women, the very first thing they usually notice is how sweet, gentle, and remarkably attentive they are. In English, we often use the word thoughtful or attentive. Thoughtful means being aware of other people's needs and showing care through small actions.
Exactly. In Western culture, personal independence is heavily emphasized, which is wonderful, but sometimes that hyper-focus on the individual means people don't always pay attention to the little things. Taiwanese women, on the other hand, often excel at subtle acts of kindness like making sure you've eaten, offering a tissue before you even ask for it, or picking up a small gift just because they thought of you. It really leaves a strong, positive first impression.
Beyond that, there's the age-guessing mystery. Westerners are constantly confused by what we call a baby face.
Ah, the famous baby face.
Yes. Having a baby face means having youthful facial features that make you look significantly younger than your chronological age. Foreigners will genuinely guess that a 35-year-old Taiwanese woman is 22. The combination of meticulous skincare, staying out of the intense sun, and overall style creates this ageless look that blows Westerners away.
Haha, we do take our sun protection very seriously. You'll see women wearing full arm sleeves and holding umbrellas on sunny days, which Westerners find funny at first until they realize how effective it is. But here's the interesting paradox. Despite that soft, youthful, and sometimes shy exterior, Taiwanese women are incredibly resilient and ambitious.
That's the soft outside, strong inside contrast. Shy usually implies being quiet or hesitant around new people, but in the workplace or in higher education, Taiwanese women are fiercely independent, highly educated, and incredibly competent. Western guys quickly realize they aren't dealing with someone passive, but rather someone strong and capable.
Now, let's flip the coin. What about Taiwanese men? What is the foreign perspective on local guys when they first meet them?
Well, Taiwanese men have a well-deserved reputation for being what people in Taiwan call warm men. In English, we might describe them as exceptionally gentle, caring, or chivalrous. They do things for their partners that are quite uncommon in Western dating culture.
Oh, like carrying heavy handbags in public?
Exactly. Carrying her bag, driving across town just to drop off a hot meal, or buying late-night snacks like lu wei or tapioca milk tea at midnight. In Western culture, where personal autonomy is king, doing all these acts of service during early dating can seem astonishingly generous.
But on the flip side, some foreign women might initially find Taiwanese men a bit reserved or hesitant.
Right. Reserved means quiet, keeping your feelings inside, or being slow to reveal your personality. Western social culture often favors high energy, outgoing banter, and direct flirtation. So when a Taiwanese man is polite, soft-spoken, and hesitates to make a bold move, a Westerner might wonder, is he just being polite, or is he actually interested in me?
It takes a bit of time to decode, but once you look past that initial shyness, you find someone who is extremely grounded, dependable, and deeply respectful. They offer a strong sense of safety and security, which is a massive plus when transitioning from casual interest into a real relationship.
Exactly. Now, once a couple moves past those initial dates and starts navigating a serious relationship, that's where the real cultural differences and occasional misunderstandings begin to surface.
Oh boy, yes. The daily reality of cross-cultural communication. Let's talk about the big three: communication styles, personal boundaries, and family dynamics.
First up, direct versus indirect communication. In Western culture, especially in places like the United States, Europe, or Australia, directness is highly valued. The general rule is, if you have a problem, say it directly. If you don't say anything, I will assume everything is 100% fine.
Right, but in Taiwan, communication relies heavily on context, subtlety, and saving face. People often express feelings through hints or expect their partner to intuitively understand what's wrong.
Imagine this scenario. A Western guy asks his Taiwanese girlfriend, "Hey, are you upset?" She sighs softly and says, "No, I'm fine." The Western guy takes that literally, says, "Great!" and goes back to watching sports on TV. Meanwhile, she is inwardly fuming because "I'm fine" actually meant you should know why I'm upset.
Haha, that is a classic trap. It takes a lot of patience for Westerners to learn how to read between the lines, and equally, it takes practice for Taiwanese partners to feel comfortable expressing their needs directly, without feeling like they are being confrontationally rude.
The second big cultural divide is personal boundaries versus family integration. In many Western countries, once you turn 18 or finish university, you are an independent entity. Your romantic relationship is considered strictly between two people. Parents rarely intervene in career choices, living arrangements, or relationship milestones.
Whereas in Taiwan, family bonds are incredibly tight. Relationships aren't just an agreement between two isolated individuals, they represent the merging of two family networks. Visiting parents on weekends, asking for family advice, and seeking parental blessing are standard practices.
To an expat, having their partner's parents ask personal questions about their salary, job stability, or plans to buy real estate can feel like an invasion of privacy at first. But once they realize it comes from a place of parental protection and care, their mindset shifts from feeling defensive to feeling supported.
That brings us to dating pacing. In Western dating, there's often a prolonged period of casual dating, which then moves into exclusive dating, and only later becomes a fully committed relationship. Exclusive means you're agreeing not to date other people, but you aren't necessarily making long-term promises yet.
Exactly. But in Taiwan, the transition is usually much faster. Once there is an explicit confession, A Galbite couple enters a highly committed, semi-family style relationship almost immediately. It skips several of those modern Western ambiguous phases.
It really speeds things up. Now, given all these hurdles, communication gaps, family expectations, different dating paces, why do so many Westerners decide to settle down permanently, get married, and raise children right here in Taiwan?
That's the ultimate question, isn't it? Many expats originally intended to stay in Taiwan for just 1 or 2 years, but year after year it passes, and eventually, they decide to make it their permanent home. There are 3 massive reasons for this: partner qualities, the living environment, and the sense of community.
Let's start with partner qualities. What makes Taiwanese spouses so appealing for long-term marriage?
It's the rare balance of traditional values and modern capabilities. In many modern Western societies, an extreme focus on individualism can sometimes make marriage feel like 2 roommates operating separate lives under one roof. Taiwanese partners, however, tend to combine strong family loyalty and a willingness to compromise with high levels of education, modern career success, and intellectual compatibility.
That creates a deeply stable partnership where both people feel truly backed by their spouse, rather than feeling like they are competing with each other.
Precisely. And then, we have to talk about the physical environment for raising children. Taiwan offers advantages that are frankly hard to find anywhere else in the world right now.
Safety is undeniably at the top of that list. You can walk down a quiet alleyway at 3 in the morning anywhere in Taiwan without feeling unsafe. For international parents raising kids, knowing their children can grow up in a low-crime, peaceful environment provides enormous peace of mind.
And the healthcare system. Taiwan's national health insurance system is globally famous for a reason. It provides world-class medical services that are accessible, efficient, and affordable. When you compare that to the eye-watering medical bills and exorbitant childcare costs in countries like the United States, raising a family in Taiwan is significantly less financially stressful.
Plus, public transportation is clean, punctual, and safe. Convenience stores are on every corner, and the food culture is incredible. All these daily conveniences accumulate to create an exceptionally high quality of life.
But beyond logistics and safety, there is an emotional factor that many foreigners talk about: the warmth of the extended Taiwanese family.
Oh, tell us more about that.
In the West, living far away from your hometown can lead to feelings of isolation, especially after you have children. But when a foreigner marries a Taiwanese partner, they don't just gain a spouse, they get welcomed into a whole support network. In-laws helping out with childcare, homemade meals being dropped off, loud and joyful weekend dinners. That genuine feeling of family inclusion often cures the loneliness that expats didn't even realize they were carrying.
That is so touching, Alex. Taiwan as a broader society is also generally very welcoming toward intercultural couples and multicultural children. People are hospitable, friendly, and eager to help out.
It really creates an environment where people feel safe to build a meaningful long-term life. So, looking at the full picture, cross-cultural relationships certainly require extra effort, active listening, and humor to navigate the cultural bumps along the road. But the reward is a uniquely rich, warm, and fulfilling life together.
Beautifully said. At the end of the day, language and cultural habits might differ, but core human values like kindness, respect, family, and emotional support are universal across all cultures.
Absolutely. If you're listening today and you're currently in a cross-cultural relationship yourself, keep communicating, stay curious. Don't take the small misunderstandings too seriously, and enjoy the journey.
Before we sign off, let's quickly review a few key English vocabulary words we use today. Thoughtful for being caring and attentive, baby face for looking younger than your age, reserved for being quiet or slow to open up, and exclusive for a committed dating status.
Great job today, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning into our podcast. We hope you enjoyed this deep dive into cross-cultural love in Taiwan.
Don't forget to subscribe and share this episode with your friends. Have a fantastic week ahead. Stay safe, and we will see you in the next episode.
Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye!